Warning, the following video has potential spoilers for Stranger Things Season 1 and 2. If you haven't seen those seasons, don't watch this review. It looks cool, right? I love it. I love it. Hello, my fellow moviegoers, and happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Trust me, if you might hear a few pops throughout this review because it's nighttime and people are still shooting fireworks, but I'm here to give you a review for Stranger Things Season 3. It is here, ladies and gentlemen. I've been watching it for the past 2 days. No, actually, I've only seen it today, now that I think about it. So yeah, today, 4th of July, I saw the whole thing, and I got a lot to talk about. So without further ado, here we go, Stranger Things. So Stranger Things 3. I'm going to talk about it, but before I do that, this is a spoiler warning like you saw in the beginning. I just want to make sure you guys know this. I am going to talk about things of Stranger Things 1 and 2. So just like you saw in the beginning, I want to warn you again. Please, if you haven't seen those first 2 seasons, click away from this review. Watch Stranger Things 1, 2, and 3, and then come back to the review. Or Stranger Things 1 and 2 at least, and then come back to the review. And then you'll get to see my thoughts on Stranger Things 3. So if you're watching this right now, that means you've seen Stranger Things 1 and 2. So here we go. Here's your last warning. Here we go. Okay, so this season starts Millie Bobby Brown, David Harbour, Winona Ryder, Finn Wolfhard, and a whole bunch of other amazing people that I wish I had more time to name. So basically this season, you know, the band of teenagers are back. You know, the monster killing teens, as I like to call them. They're back and they're just trying to live normal teenager lives, but since every season has to have evil scientists, there are Russian evil scientists amok in Hawkins, and they're trying to build a machine that's going to open the portal to the Upside Down. Yes, I know, it sounds crazy. Watch the season. It's crazy. So there was a lot that I really enjoyed about this season. For example, one, all the performances were on point. The kids, Hopper, Joyce, Steve, everybody was so good this season. I was blown away on how well everybody acted. Even the new people that came in. You know, obviously they have some shoes to fill because the rest of the cast, we've seen them for a while. These are kind of the newcomers. They've only been here for either before season, like there's a character, I forgot his name, but he's the reporter. He was in season 2. He's also on this season. Really great job. There's a new character that's working with Steve Harrington at the ice cream shop that you saw in the trailers. You know, she was really, really great. Everybody was just amazing. Even the villain, which I won't say who it is, so you guys can watch it because it is a spoiler if I tell you who it is. Even the villain did such a great job. I was so impressed. Everything was everybody did a super great job. There were also so many hilarious moments. I think out of all the seasons, this has been the one that I've laughed the most. Especially from Hopper. Hopper got some funny moments in this season. I was so happy to see something aside of Hopper that we haven't seen before. You know, he trusts the kids. He trusts more in Eleven. He trusts more in Joyce. So to see that kind of funnier side of him, that dad side of him, was really, really, really well done. I'll talk about that dad side a little more later on. Also, out of all the seasons, this one genuinely felt more like a horror movie or like a horror TV show. Like the things that were popping up were genuinely scary. I was really, really impressed, especially that thing right there that you see. That thing, they call it the mind flayer. That thing was terrifying in this show, and I really, really enjoyed how genuinely scared I was in a lot of moments in the show. You know, they just did a really, really good horror show. And, you know, what else can you ask for on Stranger Things? They did a great job. Also, there's a lot of jump scares here, which surprised me because season 1 and season 2 doesn't have that many, maybe 1 or 2 here and there. But this one had a lot. I was shocked. I was like, oh, whoa, that made me jump. So, really well job on that. I love the relationship between Hopper and Eleven. If you guys saw last season, Hopper's taking care of Eleven, kind of adopting her as his own child, as his own daughter. And this season, they elaborate more on that. You know, they... For example, Hopper, he's a dad, obviously, so when he sees Elle with a guy in a room alone, he gets that, you should not be doing that, keep the door open, you know, and that scenario right there was so fun to watch. I think this is the best version of Hopper we've seen so far in the show. First season was like sad, depressed Hopper. Second season was heroic Hopper, and then this season was just heroic, awesome dad Hopper. And I think everybody's gonna love that, especially, you know, since you see that relationship grow between Elle and Hopper. I feel that people are gonna love that. I loved it myself. They were also able to give something to do to some of the old characters. For example, Caleb McLaughlin's, what's his name? Lucas's sister gets a lot to do in this show. Like I said, the reporter gets a lot to do in this show. I really enjoyed that we got to see more of these old characters, you know, because beforehand, at least in season 2, when I saw them, I was like, whatever, I'll just whatever. I don't really care about them, but I love that they actually gave him more to do, and I actually ended up caring for some of these characters that had more to do. Also, that also goes for some of the new people that are coming in for this season. I genuinely enjoyed how well they work with them. They did really interesting parts, you know. They were involved in serious, important moments, and I enjoyed the crap out of that. There are many intense moments, you know, and that's normal for Stranger Things, you know. Ever since season 1, there have been many intense moments, you know, to the kids, to Joyce, to Hopper, to the scientists, to Eleven specifically. You know, there's been a lot of intense moments, and this season does not change at all in that. Finally, they really managed to do something different. And I know that you can argue that every season technically feels different, but this one, for example, like season 1, boom, that was the main point, the starting point, straight line. Stranger Things 2 went a little bit that way. But Stranger Things 3, it really felt like it just skewed right. And honestly, I think they were able to do it even better than the last season. You know, they skewed a little bit in the second, and the third one, they were actually made something good and something really different compared to the last 2 seasons. There's obviously going to be a lot of similarities because it's still Stranger Things. But they were able, I felt something new, something fresh come out of this season. I think that's why I enjoyed it so much. You know, it was something, it felt fresh, it was something new. What I didn't enjoy about the film, similar to the second season, the kids were separated for a lot of the show. And I think that's why a lot of people didn't really like season 2 that much. Because the kids were separated, and something that we loved about season 1 is that the kids were all together, they were all going on a mission, they were all trying to save Elle, they were all trying to defeat these alien monsters, whatever you want to call them. By the way, what are they? They're aliens or monsters or creatures or demons or whatever. We'll have to see that in the future. That's something that I didn't enjoy as much, is that they're still separated a little bit in this season. And as always, you know, they come back together at some point and it works out. But, you know. Now, this is something that I really need to talk about. So, this is your spoiler warning. This is an actual spoiler for season 3 of Stranger Things. Probably one of the biggest ones I can give. So here's the time card for where you can go, where I'm not going to talk about spoilers anymore. After that point right there, I'm not talking about any spoilers for season 3. But I really need to say something about this spoiler, okay? So here's your final warning. This time card, After this, I'm not doing spoilers, okay? You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so if you're here, you've seen Stranger Things 3. Great. I hated that they killed Hopper. I'm gonna be real with you guys, because I normally am. I genuinely cried. Not teared up, I cried, because I cared so much about Hopper and Eleven and Joyce in this season that when I saw him just disintegrate into nothing, it hurt a lot. And I feel like I need to vent out to you guys, because hopefully you did follow my time card thing and you skipped forward. So if you're watching this right now, me telling you this, you've seen the show and you probably are grieving as well. I literally just stopped watching the show like 10 minutes ago, like before I set this up. Like, I'm still fresh. Hopper literally just died in front of my eyes 10 minutes ago. I don't know how I'm doing this. But yeah, I really hated that. Obviously, there's a purpose for everything. I don't know, maybe Hopper, you know, David Harbour, maybe he's not, he's going to do other things other than Stranger Things, or there's a plan to bring him back in the future. Like, a theory that I got, you know, in the short amount of time from when I finished watching it to here, a theory that I got is that maybe he was sucked into the Upside Down because the portal was closing, right? So that's what the machine was doing. The portal was trying to open it, and when it blew up, it closed. So a theory that I have is that somehow he got sucked into the Upside Down, but I'll admit this is me being hopeful that he's still alive, because I really didn't want to see him dead. I was really sad about that. But let's see, maybe they bring him back, maybe they do something about that. I don't know. Okay, so if you made it here, no more spoilers. Please do not feel tempted to watch those few seconds that I was talking, because they're a huge spoiler, okay? But anyway, continuing, there is a post-credit scene at the end of the last episode. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to see if like episodes 1 through 7 had any spoilers. I'm sorry, any post-credit scenes. But definitely the last episode does have one, so I suggest you stay and watch it. I'm going to give this season, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to give it 5 Eggos out of 5. It was so good. I was so impressed on not only how well they could make the show, how honestly I connected with it. It felt so awesome to watch it. I was so excited. I think out of all the seasons of Stranger Things, this one had the most hype. I am genuinely excited to see what's coming next for the cast, for Hawkins. I'm genuinely excited to see more. I want more. And I think that's where you can define a good TV show from a bad one, when you genuinely want more. So yeah, that's been my Stranger Things talk. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please watch it. It is so worth it. And who knows, maybe you'll get a different opinion, or maybe you'll find something else that you connected with. Anything you thought about the season, please leave it down in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. That's very important so you can get updated every single time I post a video. And also, sorry that the last video had a few like editing errors. I'm not sure what happened. I'm definitely gonna try to fix those for this one. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. And have fun watching Stranger Things this weekend. It is so worth it. Hi, peace.